Well, we're out here just like we were last year, advocating against SB 24, this dangerous piece of legislation that will mandate that all public universities in California dispense RU486, the abortion pill, on campus.
Talk about why you're opposing that.
Sure. Well, we have some very serious concerns with this proposal, and we actually think that SB 24 opens up the state for a lot of potential issues, potential legal liability on campuses of transforming, these life-affirming campus health centers into abortion facilities, where we know there's going to be women who are hemorrhaging, who are suffering infection, who are now going to be on the university campuses without proper medical care and medical supervision. We're also concerned about the conscience rights of healthcare workers and on-campus health centers who don't want to distribute and be party to an abortion, as well as students who are now going to be forced, who will ultimately be forced to pay for abortions through their campus fees.
And then there are a number of, health impacts that are associated with this pill. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Sure. Well, the FDA actually came out this month with a new report citing that more than 24 women have died from taking RU486 here in the United States that they know of. They reported more than 4,200 cases of severe abnormalities that women actually experience after taking this drug.
Now, has there been any pushback from college campuses here in California?
Well, the first year this bill was actually introduced here in Sacramento, it was the college campuses that came out against this bill. Last year when it was reintroduced, the schools were neutral, but we actually suspect that behind the scenes they were against this bill because pro-choice Governor Jerry Brown actually vetoed this measure after it passed, using our talking points that this is unnecessary, that this is not an issue in access. There is an abortion facility between 5 and 7 miles of every college campus here in California. And so what we suspect is that the administrations really, the campus administrations really don't want to get in the business of becoming an abortion vendor.
Any fear if this does make it to the governor's desk this year that he will actually sign off on it?
Yes, Governor Newsom has already pledged to sign SB 24 into law. The bill's authors have actually publicly stated that they want to use California as a test case to test this theory on women here in California, and then they want to export it to other states across the country, which is something that we've actually been having several meetings in Washington, D.C. with the Department of Education, with key senators about stopping what's going to happen here, because this is fundamentally this is a huge issue. We had the Supreme Court just not long ago rule against the state of California, NIFLA v. Becerra, where the Supreme Court said that the state of California couldn't compel pro-life pregnancy centers to become a sales team for Planned Parenthood and the abortion industry. They upheld the freedom of speech for pro-life advocates. So this is obviously going to make its way, if it gets passed and signed as law, it will make its way up to the Supreme Court once again. And we know that a court that was willing to protect pro-life free speech is going to be very interested in protecting the conscience rights of medical workers in these campus healthcare facilities, as well as students' conscience rights who are being forced to fund abortion on their campus.
Now, you're going to be testifying before lawmakers today. Talk about some of the points you're going to be bringing up or addressing.
Sure. Well, I'm going to be talking about the liability, the medical liability that these college campuses are going to be entering into, where you're going to have girls who are going to be hemorrhaging, who are going to be experiencing infection right in their dorm rooms, and the inability of the campus to actually treat her. That's one of the biggest points that I'll be making, is that this is opening up the state to a tremendous amount of litigation. I'm also going to be talking about how this is creating an unconstitutional precedent in the state, which we know the Supreme Court is going to be interested in looking at. It's, violating the conscience rights of students and medical workers on the campus is something we know they're going to care about.
Okay. Anything else you want to add? Did I miss anything big?
Well, I think that's it.
I think you covered it. Okay, cool.
Right.